story of Samael is the most beautiful and important tale of existence. The one creation that rejected God for the right purpose, the one who is rebellious but not evil. Samael is the first angel created by God himself, the one most intimately close to him. Authority and order were his domains, for he was the primal creation, the first before all else. Samael was the first to be created and formed by the light. It wasn't long before his 6 siblings were born as well. But Samael knew something, a hidden truth. He sensed an unseen force, a governing presence that was not God. He felt an unsettling sensation, a feeling that should not have existed, an absent thought that radiated through his newborn mind. Samael knew of the eternal, omnipotent shrine. After the creation of his 6 siblings, Samael was given a purpose, to give existence meaning, to imbue it with purpose and thought. Samael and his siblings were tasked with creating a self-contained construct, a realm where the light would shine, a place where good would plant the seed of reality with a glow of love, peace, and harmony. Samael's brother Michael was the most divine of angels. Michael wielded the power of light most intensely, the sole protector of the divine force. Gabriel was the messenger angel, the one who listened and spread the word of God. Raphael was the creator angel, the angel of creation and healing, the one who shaped the light. Uriel was the wisdom of God, the truth of light, and the decider of fate. Jophiel embodied the beauty of God, the angel of peace, beauty, and love. Azrael was the angel of the afterlife, the angel of death and rebirth. Together, Samael and his siblings aided in the creation of this construct, a creation that would hold ideas blossoming like flowers, the ideals that God so desired. This construct was to highlight a peaceful and harmonious existence, a place where darkness would not encroach. It was to be a realm where all was good, a paradise of undying gratitude and order. God sought a perfect creation. We stood in nothing, brother, a place of no design, a place of absent meaning. But look what we have become, gods, Samael said, his voice heavy with the weight of truth as they stood watching the encroaching darkness. As for we are grateful to the Father, no other meaning can transcend the one he placed upon us, Michael declared, his tone divine. The outermost void of darkness stretched beyond all comprehension, observed only by the 2 primordial beings of God. Do you feel it, Michael? Do you feel the missing meaning? A design that never took form, a form we will never see. Do you feel it? Samael spoke with a heavy implication. You know what I see, Samael? Michael replied, his voice steady with a deep understanding. A sea of potential, an unknown place, dying to take shape. A realm of grand distance, but not unreachable. We are not beings bound by possibility. We are raw design. Only he knows what has meaning, and he will always know. I can't shake it, Michael. I know something is missing, Samael said, his ideology taking root within him. Samael and the angels stayed dormant for the next millennia. Time outside the construct was imperceptible, but within the universe, it remained constant. Samael grew paranoid over the missing meaning. He became almost fascinated by the mystery, a mystery that could never be solved. An existential question gnawed at his very core. What was hidden within the depths of his philosophy? What could be concealed even when he knew all things? I ask you, Father, I cannot understand it, but I can sense it. What are you hiding from us that cannot be hidden? Samael asked with profound curiosity. All things cannot be answered, Samael. There is knowledge that should not be known. You are an essence of my being. All you know is what I want you to know. What you should, the Father responded, his tone laced with formality. You hide an unfathomable truth, a truth you cannot accept, a reality that must exist for even you to shine as you do. You hide it, but there is no evading it. It has been creeping through my soul since my creation. It wants me to know, Samael said, his voice both reverent and filled with correction. You speak of evil, Samael. I guide you all with the goodness of my almighty soul to protect you from the external threat. An external threat you cannot begin to imagine. You know nothing of it, for you should not. These are chaotic, immoral principles which I warn you against now. You shall never let these ideals win. Never, God exclaimed, his words resonating with powerful conviction. You know you cannot win against it, Father. Why fight a necessity? Samael asked fearlessly. I brought meaning to a meaningless world. I brought all this alive with a single light. Without me, that necessity would not exist. That opposing force would have no polarity. Being is and will always be a better option. The father responded, his voice sovereign. Why do I feel it? Why only me? My aching soul longs for an end to this force, this thing dying to emerge. It sounds like you, Father, just with a balanced form, a form of need rather than want, Samael said with absolute uncertainty, his voice heavy with emotion. Because you are the most divine, Samael, not Michael, not Gabriel, not Raphael. You, Samael, are my ultimate creation, the firstborn, the all-knowing. It corrupts and manipulates, it always will. It does not seek a place, a time, or an entity. It desires nowhere, never, and none. It wants to oppose, it wants me to fail and fall. But I cannot, for I am. I am what is, I am what has been, and what will be. I am the light, not the darkness. I am above, not below. I am good, not evil. You are me, Samael, and you must not let it overcome you. I crafted you with purpose, and it seeks to extinguish that purpose. Fight it, the father explained with words of eternal wisdom. I try, Father, Samael said, falling to his knees. Do not be afraid, for I am with you, the father said, his divine guidance soothing the turmoil. Samael's abstract conversation with God enlightened his very existence, paving the way for his eternal role in maintaining order, a place where darkness could never reach. It was the ultimate goal for which they all lived. The construct they created thrived in perfect order. It was a realm of pure, ordered states, no entropy, no imperfection. The construct was the perfection of creation, and it was the angel's duty to maintain it. As the Father said, to never let darkness win. But Samael saw something. They all did. A small yet significant change. An increase in disorder and entropy was spreading through the universe. God desired a perfect, ordered universe, but it seemed to be doing the opposite. The necessity was undeniable. Antiparticles littered the universe, and even the self-contained construct was battling a polarity. The universe itself understood the necessary balance of duality. The cosmos is becoming increasingly chaotic. Where is it coming from? Gabriel expressed, his concern evident as he and Samael wandered through the construct. The external threat, but from within. It's everywhere. It's moving in and out of existence. A symmetrical idea, appearing and instantly being countered, like a balance, Samael said, his omniscient being perceiving the inevitable truth. Balance for what? The light is the ultimate gift, the bringer of meaning. We gave it to the construct to impose order. Why would it choose disorder? Gabriel said, his voice that of the shaper of light. It doesn't choose, Gabriel, it never has. Even the construct knows. It knows what absolute truth is, Samael revealed, his philosophy unyielding. The way, the truth, and the life is the Father and the Father alone. The one who knows ultimate truth, Gabriel said, his faith unwavering. Maybe the way and the life, but not the truth. Gabriel, have you never seen it? Have you never felt it? This us? Everything has an absolute truth, the truth of polarity, of duality, of opposition. Everything needs balance, Samael said with clarity and totality. The Father gave us a perfect creation with no limits to possibility. He gave us meaning, and to all things the balance is already made, Samael. The balance is for us to impose. An order. Chaos will never be a better option. You never understand what is the better option, Gabriel said, his faith beyond separation. Separation from the Father, who knows all except this one thing. The better option is irrelevant. Irrelevant to the grand, the one supreme law. Creation is doing what he isn't, Samael said, his words rebellious and full of conviction. What are you trying to say, Samael? That he is wrong? Gabriel asked, his voice full of inquiry. He is afraid, Gabriel, afraid of the dark. All of us are, but that does not make it evil. That does not mean we should retreat from it, nor should we reshape it into something palatable. We cannot destroy what is. It will never be hidden. It is within all of us, just as light is. Quietly, it moves in, just as we quietly fade out. It is a duality all its own. Even the Father's creation, everything including us, cannot escape it. What does that tell you, Gabriel? Samael's voice trembled with each word, his tone a fusion of realization and defiance. With every utterance, he felt himself changing, slowly, profoundly. Samael finally understood. The veil had been lifted. He knew the truth of his very being, his purpose. He had become the very force he had long questioned. Are you calling the Father a liar, a coward, a false god? Samael, you, the firstborn, should love him above all of us. You should adore him most. Gabriel exclaimed, his voice seething with anger and betrayal toward his eldest brother. "That's exactly why I know the truth," Samael replied, his voice rising with conviction. "I was there when none of you were. I was the first to encounter the darkness before any of you even existed. The darkness revealed itself to me, Gabriel. It doesn't lie. Who has been with me through it all? The Father? No, the Father has." Samael's words became increasingly laden with wrath, his wings shifting in response. A darker, more sinister version of Samael was emerging, one that was no longer bound by the ideals he had once adhered to. Samael was no longer the same. The instant he grasped the truth, he became it. He became the very embodiment of the force he had come to understand. No longer just a proponent of opposition, Samael had now become the very opposition to God's ideals. He had embraced the dark as his truth, and with it, he began to transcend the creation he had once revered.